Hey guys, what's going on? It is Talk Force TV here. We are back with the Red and White show as per usual. Obviously, we all got me and Luke on at the minute. So good evening, Luke.
Good evening.
How are we tonight?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm good. Nice to have you back on the show again tonight.
No worries.
So then, how do you feel about Forest at the minute?
Very, very positive. I mean, it's an absolute distant memory, the negatives from the start of the season, really, isn't it?
Mm.
We were flexible. We adapt quite nicely in games. And, you know, we seem to have a plan.
Oh, definitely. We do have a lot more of a plan than we did do at the start of the season.
Oh, there was no plan at the start of the season apart from do not concede. Now we have lots of plans and we execute them brilliantly. And, you know, we're going to hit little bumps in the road, but again, it's how you overcome those in the next game and then the next game and see where it leads to, really.
Oh, definitely. Um, I do actually agree with that. Get your comments coming in as per usual, guys. Open the thought. Um, but obviously, yeah. Going into things, it is a lot more positivity than it has been. I mean, how did you feel after the Swansea game?
I think the second half was as best as Forest had been all season. I mean, to score 4 goals in a half, I mean, that's just crazy on Forest standards. I mean, I'm happy that Cafu's finally scored a goal. I think he needed that to bring up his confidence a little bit. I mean, Lyle Taylor's assist for that was also brilliant. I I'm happy that Graben scored again. I mean, adds another one to the total.
Mm.
Zinkernagel's goal was brilliant, and Johnson's goal was just hilarious. I mean, Ben Hamer just drops the ball straight to him.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it is to be fair, and it was nice. It was nice team goals as well. It weren't just like um, Forest was actually doing it a one-man team. They were actually team goals.
yeah, I mean, we're spreading them around now as well, which I think is nice. We're not just relying on one player, and the build-up play is always brilliant, but you're always one step away from a bad pass. So the the fact that we scored and kept going kind of halted any comeback from Swansea. We just need to translate that into home performances now as well.
Oh, oh, definitely. I mean, it will get there. I mean, with their own performances, if you think about it, games not playing with fans, and to be faithful and playing in front of the fans, it has become a big, massive thing for Forest. So I do think that it will come with um, Forest in terms of how we do play in front of the fans. I mean, I'm sure Cooper knows that anyway.
Oh, I mean, Steve Cooper knows everything, to be fair. I think he's literally just the most powerful bloke on the planet. I mean, I I fully believe that Steve Cooper's got plans in place for the next 4, 5, 6 games. I mean, he's a very forward-thinking manager, and will be forward-thinking in January as well. So I mean, everything's exciting.
Mm, that's the thing as well. I'm sure that he knows that with what Dave Murphy wants as well.
Well, they're on the same page. Dave Murphy wanted Steve Cooper when he was at Barnsley, so he knows exactly what he's doing. And you know, with these two in charge and the recruitment analysts behind the scenes, I think we're in very safe hands now.
Yeah, and I hope that the Greece guys don't get too involved with how Murphy is running it as well. I mean, if they start getting involved like they did last time, then I think it'd be very bad timing.
I don't think there's much chance of that anymore. I mean, you've hired Dave Murphy for a reason because it wasn't working, and to keep doing the same things over and over again is the first sign of insanity. So I mean, Dave Murphy's doing a job, Steve Cooper's doing a job, so you know, I've got no qualms for concerns.
Aye, definitely not. We've got Laquan who's back. Hey, hello, Laquan. He said, sorry, wasn't here last week. Don't worry about it. At least you're back this week on the channel. So,
Laquan, we take attendance very seriously here at Talk Forest TV. You better not be off too many times.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're getting your taxi service or not.
Yeah, actually, where is Phil?
Not so not over him.
Is he just driving around and being kind of in the middle of nowhere? It's scary out there.
Yeah. You're probably getting the taxi service up and running so they can get people watching it in this Lamborghini.
So what else we got to talk about then, Dan?
Transfers, really. Because obviously we have been linked with more strikers today more than anything. There've been like 3 or 4 different strikers. Apparently they all named Serie A striker, which came out to be by the Athletic, which is quite nice that we're not naming the player because other clubs could go in for him.
I personally think we'll end up with either Keenan Davis or Florian Balogun.
I do think that, to be fair. I think we won't.
But also, alongside this, we will also. I think we'll get 2 strikers in because I'm convinced that we'll move Lyle Taylor on.
How do you think?
Yeah, I just think that Lyle Taylor will want to be playing games and he's not really getting starts under Cooper. It's more grabbing, playing wider. So, and they wanted a striker in the summer. Didn't get a striker in the summer. I mean, the substitute addition to the striker was Zonde Silva. But, I mean, we've not really seen him. So, I mean, I think 2 strikers come in to back grabbing up and that's that.
It'd be interesting to see what will actually happen with that, to be fair.
Yes. Good evening, Michael.
Hi, Luke. Hi, Dan. How's it going?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
What have you been up to today, Dan?
Not a lot.
No.
Just recording for the channel.
Oh, good.
Just sorting all that out.
Must be thriving at the moment. Playing football.
Yeah, definitely.
Top of the form league, definitely, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, 15 games, 1 defeat in 15 or something.
Yeah, Fulham.
Yeah, just Fulham game.
Yeah. How are you, Luke?
Sorry, repeat again.
How are you? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
What do you think to the interest that we're all getting with the striking options, Michael?
To be honest, I've been so busy with work. I'm still sat at my desk now that I haven't followed it. To be honest, Dan, give me a bit of an update on the news.
Obviously, as you can see with the Laquan comment, we have been linked with a Serie A striker on loan with a view to a payment. Unsure who it is. Regarding, I think it was some guys from Brentford that we've been linked with.
Yeah, there was was it Watford that were on TV the other day, and somebody came on. Was it Watford that I was watching?
Yeah.
And I forget who it was that came on, but they said that Forest had been linked with him.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was now.
Right, who were Villa playing? Oh, it was Norwich. That's what it was.
yeah.
Adam Ider.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, so
Like,
far,
looked very good when he came on.
I've remembered a few of the targets. We've got Keenan Davis, Balogun, Adam Ider. There's the
Valentin.
South American striker,
Yeah, Valentin.
Marcus Force.
Mm. But it's nice because I think the papers are snipping that we are after a striker again. So it's I think we don't get linked to every dog in their bone though.
I think the best thing about this is Steve Cooper will have contacts at Premier League clubs with the kind of academy players that he worked with. So, and also he did some scouting for the FA before he came in at Forest. So you have ideas there. I mean, Lurquan's just putting random Italian names down.
Sanabria and Raspadori.
Right, talk amongst yourselves.
Leach hand did with him there. See his thing working. What do you think to the weekend game, Michael?
What about it?
How do you think to the performance?
Yeah, look, I mean, fantastic performance to win 4-1 away from home. You know, there's not much you can't argue with that, really, can you?
Nah, I mean it's really, really good actually.
So you know, we've got to just keep it up, really.
Yeah, I mean it's just nice for us to actually withstand that pressure that we were under in that first half. Then second half that we took aim for it.
Yeah, I agree, to be honest.
A quick look at both of the stats of both Sanabria and Raspadori. Sanabria has had a few clubs around Spain and Italy. Hasn't scored a lot of goals, but has only just started continuously playing. As for Raspadori, he's only 21 and has played 56 games for Sassuolo and has scored 12 goals so far. So, I mean, both have got potential. I mean, I think if I was going to hedge my bets on one to come in and develop, it'd be more Raspadori than Sanabria. But again, it's all kind of speculation at this point. My desired choice anyway is Florian Balogun. I mean, the guy's got pace and a lot of it. And he can score goals, and they reckon that he was going to be better than Nketiah.
Oh, that'd be good.
It's young as well.
All right, here we go. Here's another search. I'm on it tonight.
Luke's been our research guy tonight.
Florian Balogun.
Which is good. We are getting the stats and stuff out there for you guys.
He's 20 years old.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he's 3 months older than me.
Oh, wow.
You're only 19, Luke.
Hi. Who's 3 months older than you, Luke?
Balogun.
Are you only 19, Luke?
No, I'm 20. I was born 2001 in October. Balogun was born July 2001.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, right.
We're just talking about transfer targets, Phil. And
Okay.
I've just done some digging on Sanabria and Raspadori. because apparently
Yeah,
they're linked to an unknown Serie A player. And I was
Yeah.
also saying that I'd personally like to go for Raspadori because he's younger. And
I
we
think
could-
one thing what we can guarantee on with Murphy is that we're definitely going to know or get players that we've probably not heard of before, like Ojeda and stuff like that. And I think that's one thing what we will get to know players what we've not heard of before, not like. But then again, it's better than the journeymen who we normally get.
Yeah.
So you've got to give these people, we've got to give him the opportunity because Jada looks like a really good quality player, and even the ones what we've had, we've had on loan, they've been excellent. So, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting time in January.
Have you got anyone on your radar, Dan?
It'd be nice for a striker. I mean, that guy from Hearts as well, if we could get him.
Suter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone in the lower leagues that we could pick up?
Luke probably know more than me, like in terms of like low league strikers.
Lower league strikers.
Yeah, like any talent that's coming through.
I mean, if we're just talking any type of player, I mean, I like Ironside that plays at Cambridge. He's scoring goals. But you've really put me on the spot here to pluck names off the top of my head. Jed Garner looks like a decent one at Fleetwood. The only decent one at Fleetwood.
Yeah.
But then do you think that we've got like Swan in the reserves? Is Swan going to be more ahead of them or?
Here's the thing, Phil, right?
Yeah.
With Will Swan, I have absolutely no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But there are four things actually that are certain to happen at Forest. One, you'll probably get a South American sign because Dame Murphy has been working in South America.
Yeah.
You'll also get quite a few players that Cooper has worked with in the England under 23s and under 20. Well, no, it was under 17s, wasn't it?
17s, yeah, it was, yeah, under 17s, yeah.
But also, you did scouting for the FA, so you will know young talent all the way through.
Yeah.
Also, they will have done stats to death on the players they bring in.
Yeah.
Because they did the stats on Draga. They've done the stats on Ojeda before they signed them. But also, I think there is more chance of Dale Taylor getting in the matchday squad ahead of Will Swan.
Yeah.
Especially against Arsenal. I reckon he'll get on the bench against Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
With a view to coming on with about 60 minutes gone. Cooper can then have a look at him amongst some of the first team players.
Mm-hmm.
And probably Fornar. I reckon Fornar will start.
He's a good player. I like him.
But because, I mean, Dale Taylor is the ideal player to play one up front.
Yeah. He's fast.
I just think there was an injury that he picked up. And he came back and got in the Northern Ireland first team squad before he's even played for Forest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he played when he came on, played really well, didn't he?
I haven't actually seen much of him. I just know that everybody else really hypes him up. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Lurquan's just put one from the lower leagues, which was it Michael that asked the question and then now
Yeah.
But Cole Stockton, I like him as well.
Yeah.
I also liked, I'll tell you somebody else, Dennis Adeniran. at Sheffield Wednesday. And
Yeah.
I think Chef 41 will not thank me for mentioning that.
Oh, really?
Drawing attention to one of his players.
Yeah. Probably not.
Calling him out.
What's your views, Luke, then, about keeping Spence and Lowe? Do you think we put? I definitely think we put a bid in.
Well, funny you should say that, Phil,
Yeah.
because I was saying to my granddad only, half an hour ago,
Hmm.
I really hope we don't end up having a second Nicky Shorey situation
Yeah.
where we're
Yeah.
that strong and then we don't go in and try our damnedest to buy the player.
Yeah. I totally agree.
I mean, okay, we have Osei Tutu that can play there, but I just don't like the fact of disrupting too much of the squad
Yeah.
again when we're just about regaining the formation back.
Hmm.
I mean, Max Lowe, I think, to be fair, won't even go back. I don't think we need to worry about the
No.
playing him. I reckon that if it was a decision, I think Spence is the one we've got to look out for and try and make permanent.
Yeah.
The other loans will probably stay. I mean, I hesitate on James Garner purely for the fact that they've just got a new manager in.
Yeah.
But again, even if you lost James Garner, I reckon you could still pick somebody else up on loan that could play in that position.
Yeah.
Plus, we've now seen the emergence of Cafu this season, along
Yes.
with Yates
Yeah.
and Colback. I mean,
Yeah.
Which it's quite nice to see, to be fair, that we have got other emergencies coming through now that are picking up like the roles a lot more than they did do under Hooton.
Do you think that? Sorry, Luke.
The other thing that I think is very important in January is whether we can get somebody in to back up Johnson and Zinkernagel, because I know we've got Martin and Lolly, but I mean, Lolly's not been on it all season. Still.
Yeah.
Martin, I mean, I think we need to look when we're playing Martin, because where we started him last time wasn't the right place.
Yeah.
I think you've got to be on the other side with Spence.
Yeah.
Or get him in the centre and just get him to run down the centre.
Yeah.
Or
I think
it might be time to look at a loan, because
he
needs games somewhere. He needs to get some form of game time.
Yeah. I mean, with it might be for me, and I know he's in the first team squad, but I think when we loaned out Johnson, it did him a reward. It got it toughened him up a little bit, and being in the League One side might be a good way for him to get some game time, but also to toughen him up a little bit. But and I think that's could be the way, because but then it's a very difficult one to do, you know what I mean, because he wouldn't want to be sitting on the bench all the time, but you can't see him being replaced by I think with him, I think a lot will depend on if we keep hold of Johnson, what we do with him.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Now we're in 8th position. If we can stay around 8th, 6th, before January, Warren Johnson will stay.
Yeah,
because we're around the places. I mean, Joe Worrell said he wants to play in the Premier League, and you got the impression with his interview with Robin Chipperfield that he was basically at the time saying, I don't think our position is kind of where we should be for Forest to be getting in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But you can almost tell by the way he was speaking that if things changed and Forest were really, really challenging, then
Yeah.
you'd see it out, see if you could get into the Premier League with Forest, because I ideally want to do it with Forest.
Yeah. Do you think,
And-
like going back onto just on like with what some of the players like Cafu and all that not? Do you think like the changes when they come on and replace players in that midfield that they've stepped up their game level a bit? Because where previously there was going through the motions, I think we can all honestly say that some players were just going through the motions of a game. But now, do you think that they've coming on thinking, well, if I want to keep in this 18-man squad, I've got to make a difference when I come on that pitch? Do you think that there's been a change in that?
I think majority of them, yes. I mean, I've seen the transformation in Cafu.
Mm-hmm.
I find it difficult to really comment on James Garner because he irritates me. But I mean, he does have good moments, but again, for the player he was last year, the player he is now, I don't think he's half as good.
Yeah. I know where you're coming from on
that. But again, right? Is that just for the fact that we've been blessed with Colback and Yates in midfield?
Yeah.
I mean, before Cooper took over, I think if we was having this chat, even like pre-season, people will probably say, get rid of Colback, wouldn't they? Literally, like he's and to give him his due, when he was on loan, he was really one of our best players, and then went missing a bit. I think what I'd like about is that his attitude has been totally spot on, because he's not moped around, he's not caused any destruction in the camp or anything, but he's actually come and said, "Okay, I am a good player." And you can see the change. I've seen massive change in him. In like 6 months ago, half of Forest fans would say, "Well, if someone came in for Colback, yeah, fine, get rid," wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think it is, Phil? And you'll laugh again.
Yeah.
It's the mentality of the club. We've gone from being scared of going over the halfway line and passing forwards to basically, if you can go forward, pass it forward.
Yeah.
And I think that shift has happened within most of the midfielders. I mean, the ones that haven't been able to make the impact, I think, we're the ones that probably won't be around much longer. I mean, João Carvalho cannot even get into a side that is now playing attacking football.
Yeah.
He's an attacking midfielder and he can't force his way into this side. He can't even get on off the bench. No worries.
Still having some technical difficulties.
It seemed to have frozen.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, and I'll repeat it again when Phil turns up, is when you've got someone like Mighton that needs to be toughened up a little bit, maybe send him out to a team like Mansfield that will develop him, look after him, kind of use him in the right way, and ultimately do want to play attacking football as well, because that's the other thing. It's always like loan him out, but it's got to be to a club that plays similar style of football to Forest. You can't just loan him out to, say, I don't know, Gillingham, that play lumpet ball, because although that may build him up kind of physically, that's also not going to help us in the long run, because we play football and they don't.
Yeah. definitely. Luke once said I wouldn't mind if Martin went on loan. That's probably the best thing for him.
It is, but you've got to send him to the right club.
And he also said, I think Carvalho deserves a sub for at least 10 minutes. I mean, it's one of them ones. He does probably need a chance just to prove
Why?
himself.
Why?
Not saying that under 18 aren't doing well, but I think that the FA Cup game, probably different that chance, or if that a not needed game.
But again, going back to me being a little bit explosive here, what has he done for us whenever he has started post Aitor Karanka? Absolutely nothing apart from one game against Middlesbrough. And to be quite honest, we all hype him up as being this amazing talent. But he's not shown it. And he can't be showing it in training, otherwise he gets started.
Yeah.
And this Carvalho deserves a sub on for the last 10 minutes. Why? You know, if you've got a player that puts in 100% effort every time he's on the field and influences games, makes teams scared when he comes on, ahead of a player that walks around, does nothing, occasionally scores from a free kick. I mean, which one are you going to put on? I mean, you're replacing Johnson and Zinkernagel. You've got to be at that level. And Lolly's not at that level. He's found that out. So he's not in the squad. Whiten hasn't been at that level, so he's not starting games. That's why Zinkernagel and Johnson are our first choice players, because they are at the level we need to be going up the table. If Carvalho wants to get in the side, he's got to work for it. Otherwise, he'll find himself somewhere else on a free. Because let's face it, he went on loan to Almeria and hardly got in their side. In Spain.
Yeah.
Which is a slower tempo. So there's clearly an issue there with Carvalho and not with Forest.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with that, to be fair. Yeah, I do actually agree with that. But it's that sort of debate that's gonna rumble on.
Carvalho debate will rumble on until Carvalho's decision is made and he's gone. And even then, you could get in somebody like me and then somebody like Matthew Wilkinson. Here we go again, name dropping.
Yeah.
And have this debate, and they'll keep going and going and going and going and going until probably, I don't know, forever. Because he is one of those type of players that you can just have a debate on, and neither is particularly right. It's all based on opinion, and in my humble opinion, he's not good enough to get in the side. Even now. Because if he was, he'd be playing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do actually agree with that, to be fair. So I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Philippe, for coming on.
No worries.
Alright then, guys. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.